Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Pickle and welcome back to a brand new Satisfactory livestream. Today we are going to be completely finishing our aluminium, our starter aluminium facility. Eventually I am going to be building an aluminium factory that will be roughly, and I have tried to calculate this, roughly 103 times bigger. So that stay tuned for that, because I can guarantee that'll be a very fun few live streams. Regardless though, I hope everyone is doing good today and welcome to the stream or to the VOD. If you guys have missed the live stream, don't worry, I'm live pretty much every single day now, so make sure you are subscribed if Satisfactory is the game for you. What exactly are we going to be doing today? Well, we've got quite a lot of decoration to do, but luckily regarding our logistics, I have finished everything. I did the final thing off camera, which essentially was making our casing, which is over there. And our aluminium alclad sheet. No, alclad aluminium sheets, that's the one. Over there. And at the minute, I've got a very temporary sink system going on. Because I'm producing a bunch of aluminium products, I don't need all of it, so I'm just sinking it as of right now. Welcome Vinod, first one tuning in today. Hope that you are doing good. And regarding the decoration, I want to go around the facility and make it look a little bit like this, although I might actually lower down these foundations a little bit. I was sort of thinking about it. I think as of right now, it's half a foundation down, so now it's exactly one foundation down. So it should end up looking a little bit like this. I think it looks quite nice, so let's definitely continue with that sort of pattern. And yeah, that is the main goal of today's stream, making everything look presentable, making it look nice, and just finishing this project. There's also a few more things I do want to try and get done today. And for that, I need my little editing software, or well, my thumbnail editor at least. So we need a bunch of different resources for our rocket fuel facility. And I want to try and draw out, it's not doing this right now, but I'll give you a very quick example of where exactly I want my, whatchamacallit to go. Conveyor belt highway, that's the one. Where I want that to try and go. And I think I want it to be somewhere in this direction. So it will end up looking something like that, for example. Continue that along there, have you connect over there. And then here we're going to have some sort of like door. But again, I will design this in a little bit of a better way slightly later on. Regardless though, let's just get straight into it. I hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you again for tuning into the live stream. Hopefully you guys go on to enjoy it. There we go. With all that over there as well. I know I have in theory got the hover pack. But, in fact, I might as well use it. We've got it. Very grinded day for you today. You've been working on your plutonium reactors where you're making 22.4 plutonium rods. Oh, nice. 224 reactors, but you're overclocking it. Oh, so it's 89.6. That's still quite a lot, though. That is a lot. Oh, welcome, Nose. I hope that you're doing good. Oh, my game's crashed. Oh, no, it's back. There we go. But I was doing the blueprints. Yeah, blueprints would be quite good. I do want to try and make a few of them for my proper aluminium facility. But for this starter factory, because we... Why is everything always lagging? Because we're only really placing down, like, a couple of assemblers or a couple of constructors, I didn't really bother with any blueprints for this. But as I say, though, I will definitely be making a few for our next project. Because that's going to be much larger. And we're going to need to make it. Absolutely. With all that around there. There we go. Don't get rid of that one, though. Brilliant. I know it might not seem like a lot, it's just making it about half a foundation deeper, but it does make quite a big difference, I think. Because now you can very clearly see there is water there, whereas before you couldn't really see it. And zoop you across over there like so. Oh, I can't. Oh, no, I can. There we go. If I do it in lines like this, again, it should make things nice and simple for us. Just like that. And now do some lines going north. Brilliant. 6,000 aluminium scrap. That's why you spent a lot of time on the blueprints? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, 6,000 is definitely quite a lot. Lost connection there. Let's try and gain it back. And I think I get it from you, don't I? So, obviously temporarily, let's just place one of these out here. And then finish off these rows for now. I do actually want to try and build something out here as well. I don't quite know what just yet, but I do want it to look rather presentable. We lost power again. There we go. Not anymore. Great. I know it does seem a bit random building something like this, but I just think it makes it look a bit nicer. It highlights almost the green sort of texture, the turquoise texture of the water, which I really like the look of. So, as far as I'm aware, I will be sticking with that. Okay, now when it comes to you, this is actually quite annoying. I've been doing this a lot. So I have to place you like that, and have to get rid of this, nudge it like so, then grab, I haven't got it near me, a wall like you, and nudge you back, and nudge you over here. Like, actually doing this isn't really that difficult, but doing it dozens of times is a little bit annoying. There we go. I suppose the other thing that I could do is something like... Where is it? That. Getting rid of you. Maybe having one more asphalt. That's always a possibility as well. I don't mind it, but I wish this just went straight down, but it just doesn't. Fortunately, it just doesn't. Is there anything else I could try and have here instead? I believe there is an item if I go into walls. It's 8 meter. This one. How would you look? Do you actually no, that won't work. No, that won't work. It's unfortunate. Welcome back. I hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. Just got your compact coal power plant rebuilt. How's the new factory coming along? So far, really good. All of the logistics are fully done now, which is great. The only thing I'm doing now is, I suppose, collecting... Well, actually, I'm sinking all my resources now. But if I do need resources, I can very easily just stop sinking them. Which is nice. We're also back up to 33 coupons, which is great. I'm just making sure that all the decoration around here is fully complete. And then we'll be basically done, which is quite nice. Yeah, good progress so far on the facility. We've got a lot more to go, though. Thanks for giving you a break. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's always good to relax and take it easy. The game can wait. I think if I do something like that, it doesn't look dreadful. You can obviously see there is something here, which is really annoying, but I don't know which other way to tackle it, unfortunately. So that will have to do for now, I suppose. It doesn't look that bad. Like, it doesn't look bad. It looks fine. The only bad thing about it is having to do it, again, quite a lot. I could make it into a blueprint, but I'm not really that desperate. Okay, that didn't copy over. There we go. Oh. What? Oh, okay. It's 4 hours. Oh, wow. Sometimes that can happen to me as well. Like, I'll be playing for a little bit, and before I know it, like, hours have gone past. Like, how on earth has it been, like, 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours? I don't feel that way with many games, though. Like, with the majority of games that I play, I can feel the time. With this game, I don't really. Just flies right past. Oh, I was on the right one before. There we go. See, now you're not lined up properly. But how are you not lined up? That's weird. I suppose I'll do that there. I'll do this one here. Get rid of that, then place you back. Good enough, I suppose. How about the other side? You're fine. I did you off camera. You're fine. I think I did this off camera as well, or at least I started it. Okay, so I started that one. Right, let's just try and finish placing all of our foundations around here. Just so it makes that next part a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the support on the streams, by the way, chat, recently. I was looking back at a couple of the live streams from last week and the week before, and for whatever reason, a couple of them are on like 800 views now. When I ended the streams, we were on like 120, 130 views, and then they shot up to 800 after the stream's already over. So it seems like YouTube is recommending my old live streams rather than my new videos and my new streams, which is weird, but oh well. It is what it is. Like, those streams weren't necessarily anything special, like the Conveyor Bridge Highway. How many people do you think type into YouTube Satisfactory Conveyor Bridge Highway? Maybe 3 people in its history. So, I don't know how that got recommended to like 700 plus people after the stream ended. It's still cool that people still tune into it. I just don't know what, like, how or why or, you know. Really awesome, that. Okay, it is turning night. To be fair, we managed to survive 11 minutes on stream without it turning night. Feels like a new channel record, honestly. Every time we stream, it just goes to night straight away. I hope this is not one of those biomes where it's like really dark as well during the night, like the swamp. I remember I was building a plastic and rubber facility in our last playthrough in the swamp, and it got so unbelievably dark I had to stop. I couldn't physically play the game when it was nighttime in the swamp because it was so unbearably dark. Oh well. Are you guys already painted, right? Yeah. I don't know how. Oh, I suppose the copy and paste mechanic. I love that mechanic so much, by the way. It's really good. Love it. Because you built the 89.6 reactors, yeah. Well, you know it. Time does fly past. It absolutely does. Okay, right, so I want you to be the same level over there as well, so I might try something here. No. Nice, it's selected default mode instead. Zoop. Now I know that this for a fact is on the same level, which is great. Then build you out. Oh, you only went out to there, that's fine. We shouldn't need any of this now. Which is fine. Shouldn't need that either. Great. I don't know what I'll be doing in this little gap. I really don't. Let's see. If I was to place you there... Oh, the beans... Oh, I can still place it there. Okay, nice. If I was to place you there... But then that wouldn't necessarily make sense, because now I've got like a massive pathway here. So most certainly move you back by 1. But you come up to around about here. There's a good amount of room there around that rock. I still don't know what I'm going to be doing around this rock. And a part of me almost wants to make it even bigger. The room around it. I can't do that. That's what if you did come along here? Which means that you'll then have to go. Let's see, I've got to be quick about this, because if my silica stops, then I'm kind of screwed. You go here as well. That's, and all of said stuff in between. Brilliant. I mean, this could potentially be a bad idea. I'm unsure as of right now, if I'm honest. That's why we do these... Oh, okay, that's kind of annoying. But that's why we do these little experimentations. That's not a real word, is it? Experimentations. That can't be a real word. Oh, you're not, right? It is now. Okay, so that's our copper. That's where I want this to come out to. then you're the silica. So I suppose now I need the silica just to go straight into here, don't I? Preferably if I go over to my logistics and then select that Mark IV conveyor lift. Second I've placed it down, it decided not to go where it's been for the last, like, 10 seconds there. Lovely, thank you. Then do something like that, and then there we go, we've now shifted everything. Although I have now got to rework the power. Right. So the gap that I want to try and leave around here, I suppose can start somewhere here. Get rid of you. And get rid of that there as well. Okay, and there we go. Just like that, we've now got a path going around the outside of this. Which is pretty good. All I then have to try and do is redo our power a little bit. Well, I can't seem to select that. There's no reason why not. Thank you. And get you. And where are you going out to? That one. Just about to see that one there. You have been getting recommendations from really old streams of yours. Yeah, that happens to me as well from other streamers that I watch. I got recommended a stream from a game that I haven't watched in about 3.5 years. From a guy who I do watch, but like, it was really weird. There's no reason why that stream would have been recommended to me. There's nothing special about that stream. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Weird. I'll then chuck you over there for now. Everything here should now be back on. It is great, lovely. And, yeah, that's not too bad. I don't mind this being too thick. That's fine. Because this is like our main entrance here into the area. So yeah, that's completely fine. I can, however, get rid of this. This doesn't need to be that. The noise scared you. What, the noise of the power? Yeah, it's, it can be rather scary. Because, like, the thing is, luckily I knew what the issue was. I just got the power thing there. But if you don't exactly know what the problem is, then you hear that sound, you are wrecking it a little bit. Oh no, what have I just done? What have I just broken? Luckily everything there though is under control. Should I have probably linked it up beforehand? Yeah, it doesn't matter though. No. That's alright. You don't need to be there, I don't think. I know, actually, I know why I did do that. Okay, Bean, can you please move? Because you've been there now for about half a minute. Actually, no, for longer than that, I'd say. Couple minutes, no. Okay, well, I can't do anything. Because the Bean's there. Brilliant. That's unfortunate. I'll work on this side then and hope that the Bean will just move. If not, I'll have to kill it. We're doing fine for concrete and we're doing fine for plastic for now. I might have to get a bit more plastic and concrete, but let's see how things go on. As of right now, it's not bad. Okay, unfortunately, the Bean is still there. It's actually not moving at all, which is rather frustrating. I don't think there's anything we can do about that other than literally just hitting it. I do want you to go along there, though, for now. I get a boombox from the boomboxes. Push attack will dislodge the stuck beans. I'm not that desperate, but if I have to, I will. It's a good idea. But let's see. Go that far out of my way. It's kind of annoying. Thinking about it now, I don't actually want a wall along here. Because the problem is, let me just demonstrate what the problem will be. If I try and place a ramp along here. This is what it looks like without the wall. And as you can see here, the wall actually does stick up a little bit. So in theory, yes, we actually have to get rid of that wall. It's kind of annoying. Oh well. Yeah, I wonder what design we'll do around there. I don't know. I'm sure we'll make it up as we go along, like always. Also, I have unlocked the hover pack, in case you guys are wondering. I'm not flying, I'm not cheating. I don't like to fly. There's nothing wrong if you do fly around your world, like for, like... I know in theory it's a mod. I somewhat consider it cheating for my own personal playthrough. I won't be doing that. Okay, well, I thought of a design for this area, which didn't take too long to think of. And I think, honestly, for it, what I'm going to do is... Can I come through this wall? I suppose I can come through here. So I might actually want to try and do. You come in there like so. Didn't really want to get rid of that piece. I wanted to get rid of that one. And you can then come out of there. Problem now is though, you sort of overlap each other. I don't really want... You're fine there, you're fine there, and I think you're fine over there. Do you just end there for now? That's alright, I suppose. And the plan is, the wall that I just removed from this part is now going to get placed back in. The wall on the other side won't be. This would be a completely different pattern. And instead, you are going to have this here. I wonder what this will end up looking like. Yeah, that will be fine. I think it will look quite nice when I can eventually build this foundation. I might have to like leave the playable area, then come back to get this bean out of the way. Let's try this maybe. Okay, well it's going backwards. There we go. Very slowly though. Damn. Yeah, definitely not in a rush. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's up there. Fair enough. Yeah, it's not too bad. Welcome, lizard. I didn't really want to kill the bean, but luckily we managed to get it out of the way. Had to use a little bit of force, but they learn eventually. There we go. It's a bit finicky sometimes, this. And one more around this little corner. Yes, the actual decorating part of this factory won't be too complex. Because I know I haven't said this one before, but it's only a temporary build. Which means that I'm not necessarily taking it too seriously, hence why it doesn't necessarily look very good. It is just a gridded area, but it serves the purpose that I need it to serve, which is quite nice. So, I suppose in that regard, not too bad. Ada be disappointed. I don't know, if you kill the bean, does Ada get upset? I know when you kill the doggo, Ada sometimes says like, why did you have to do that? Like, that wasn't necessary, things like that. I'm unsure if it's the same with the bean, but one would assume it is. There we go, guess our wall in here now as well. Useful. And one more down over, no. Thank you. That's better now, isn't it? I believe I do have to try and paint it though. Yep, I mean it will do the job. Besides now, fine. I suppose I could very briefly decorate you. What if I was to bring all of these up? Like same thing here as well. How high would you be? 32? 30, why is it 33? Is it because I go down by that extra foundation? I think so, but I'll go up by 34 anyway. That's good. Not bad. Emergency landing pads. Yeah, I suppose in that regard they can be rather useful. believe, have I got a... I do, a gate hall. Hello. I could if I really wanted to as well. And this is going a bit over the top. Add in these. On this side as well. Go somewhere here in the middle. It's good enough. And I believe everything... Okay, yeah, everything on this side is now done. That's great. Now let's move on to this side. So what we're going to have to do is the exact same sort of design. I'll go down by 1 and a bit here. Preferably not on default settings though. Ian's going to get in the way again. Yep. Oh, dearie me. Great. I don't really see too much point here of having the weird foundations, because it's sort of just fine the way it is currently. One thing that I will do though is probably bring this out. Invalid placements. Luckily these sulfur nodes, there we go, don't really have much in them, so that was nice and easy to destroy. Bring it out to around about there, I'd say. Okay, nice and basic stuff. Nothing that we're doing today is going to be overly complicated. I suppose the most difficult thing is going to be designing that conveyor belt highway and finding which exact position it needs to try and go in. That could be a bit of a challenge, but a challenge which we're most certainly up for. Bring you out to here. All of this has to go as well. I believe I have got the room in my inventory for all of this. There's another bean over there. Wow. Seems to be a lot of them. Where's our power coming from? It's coming from up there. So, can I try and bring you around here? I should be able to. Yes. Okay, so I can do this. Right into the very corner on this side. And bring you up to around about there. And connect you to wherever the heck you have to try and go. Like that. Beautiful. So that now completely gets rid of this. And that. Which is rather nice because they were in a pretty annoying positions. You can go, you can go. Wait, maybe honestly you can go as well. I don't see the point in that being there anymore. The only problem now is that you are just randomly too thick. That would be rather annoying, so I think I will actually end up doing that. You're placing or making 2,520 uranium waste per minute. You have Chernobyl yourself, oh dear. And the fact there isn't any backing of the waste, so that's nice. Oh yeah, that's not going to be a problem. No. That won't cause any problems further down the line. Nuh-uh. Not even 1. 0. Train throughput. Yeah, this is why I'm trying to avoid trains. They just cause unnecessary problems to my brain. I want you to go down by that. I believe. Yeah, that looks good. Beautiful. How about you? I suppose I don't need anything over here, so that can just stay the way it is. I will grab that. Okay, we've got another random node there to get rid of. That's completely fine. Yeah, thank you again to everyone who's watching. Hope that you guys are doing rather well today. We are working on our aluminium facility. We'll then be working on the very start of our rocket fuel plant as well. I want to try and double check a few other things. So hopefully it'll be a good day. I was going to start my stream about half an hour earlier, but unfortunately today's been a bit of a unexpected and rather chaotic day. I woke up in pretty much pain all over my body, which was quite nice. Really wanted that. The best way I can describe is that it feels like I've got bruised ribs. I went to bed feeling completely fine, I just woke up with it. Which, to be fair, does happen quite a lot. Like, the majority of pains that I get, I wake up with. So that's just, you know, awesome. And my dog as well, yeah, he's just had a very bad morning. That's always fun to look after. There we go. Brilliant. So we've now got ourselves a little space over here. I know it serves no purpose. I just quite like it, if I'm entirely honest. That's done. That side's done. This side's now done. You're done. I think that's basically it, other than this. So I'll be leaving just like that. Can't place that. Really? That's not even remotely close. Apparently they're touching. This and that are touching, apparently. Okay, yeah. That's alright. Oh, we're starting our rocket fuel preparation today. Yes, we're not doing the entire thing today. I believe tomorrow's stream is titled something to do with rocket fuel. Well, that's not the exact title, but it's rocket fuel related. So that'll be quite nice. I've also got to record the very final clip as well for my next Satisfactory video. Which will be this, after I finish doing everything. Yeah, the rocket fuel streams, yeah. How are you so far off? Alright, can I put you in the middle? That's fine. It's alright. Oh, okay, just land. This is annoying. There we go. Sometimes I do just prefer the jetpack. Regarding, oh yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to try and talk about. Regarding this, what do I want to try and do with it? Firstly, let's bring you all the way back. Then let's try and find, let's say, this square right here. Architecture. Do something like this. And get rid of all of our quartz for now. That should not be lagging. Oh, hello. That's why it was lagging. How the heck have we filled that up? I suppose just collecting all those, like, random resources does eventually build up, doesn't it? Okay, so the plan here is relatively simple. I doubt it, but I won't. Well, yeah, it's a bit like that. I actually quite like the way that looks. Although, do I want to bring it along here? That could be an idea. To try and use up a bit more of the room. Is my thinking. Now the question is, are you going to be able to come to here quite nicely with a curved path? Yes, you are. Okay. Okay, now get rid of that. If you come straight down, then connect you to... Connect, hello, you two. Great. What I can then do is select this. That. Customizer, materials, asphalt. It just uses the room a little bit. Like, it's nothing special, but it does use the room. Rocket fuel, yes. So we are starting it. Well, again, we're starting it today, but the majority of the work will be started tomorrow. Should be a bit of a good laugh. Satisfactory tunes there in the background. And of course, we're running low on concrete. How is that possible? Genuinely, how is that possible? I can't build that though. There we go. I know we're using a lot of concrete, but still, damn, that is nuts. Where is this thing? There it is. I'm not going to place these down on every single corner, even though I should, but I think you guys get the gist. Do it here and there. The very final thing that I want to build is actually something out over here. It's going to be on the same level as this firstly. I think I'm going to try and start it here. You're going to come out like that. So around about here, I think. Maybe one further forward. Before I do the rest of the decoration, is this actually going to look nice? I think what I honestly prefer is if I get rid of all of this. Not that. There we go. And build something around there. And to connect it very simply. Using something from here. Although I can't actually build it out from there. I'm going to have to build it out from here instead. Just going to zoop straight away? Nope. And again, find the middle points. Great. Oh dear, that's not great. That is, though. Lovely. In fact, if you guys do want to see the rest of my streams I am doing, if you go into my channel now, there should be a list of streams that will be upcoming over the next, I think it's 5 days, 6 days. If you'd like to know what we're doing, then feel free to set a reminder for the stream that might interest you the most. Should I just leave it like that? No, I can't, can I? That's annoying. This is a really simple thing for us to do here, luckily. Because, I mean, it works. Does it look nice? I don't know. But it functions somewhat how I wanted it to. Also, yeah, today's stream might be a bit shorter than usual. Again, I am just in pain at the minute, so yeah. Don't want to stream for too long, but we are going to be live for at least, I would say, like an hour and a half. So enjoy the next hour, fingers crossed. I don't know if I will be, but I'll try. Welcome, Ilpmert. Hope that you're doing good. You can still make if turbo blend fuel, traditional rocket fuel is more sulfur efficient than rocket fuel. It depends on the recipe that you're going to be going with. Depends on the recipe. The rocket fuel recipe that I'm thinking of is so unbelievably simple to do. I don't see a reason why not to do it. Honestly, I think it's actually easier to do this than it is to make turbo fuel. And bear in mind, you get far more power from it. The only downside, I suppose, is that I think turbo fuel requires the refinery. It might depend on the recipe though. Blended fuel requires is it blended fuel? No. Forgot what I was saying. It requires the blender essentially. Oh, I didn't do this. Hey, are you done? Oh, you are done. Alright. Rocket fuel requires the blender using the recipe that I want to use. Oh, thank you, Vinod. That's very kind of you. Vehicle fuel, yeah. Put over there. Race. Okay. Last thing that we are going to need now is a couple of you lot. You directly underneath? No. I think now you are. Brilliant. I have one more somewhere across here. And one more somewhere across over here as well. Great. I think I'm essentially done with everything here. Let me just make sure that all like the decorations. Okay, no, see, I'm missing quite a bit around there. I am rather surprised by the amount of concrete that we have ended up using today. Already. I don't want to know how many thousands, but I know that it is thousands. There you go. Now I've also got to make sure that you're all surrounded here by your walls. Let's do the walls around here as well whilst we're here. Then, that's too high? Yeah, that's definitely too high. Do it instantly. This was too late. A couple more in there. Okay, you've actually already finished that one. That's great. You're done. Okay, now it's time for you. What's in here? Oh. Would you look at that? Isn't that handy? Upload you back into there. Is there anything else I can upload? Yeah, 500 concretes. A few iron plates. A few iron rods there as well. Get them sorted. Actually, I'll give these ones priority because they will be done a lot quicker before our concrete. Anything else? Cable. It's fine. Steel pipe was not fine though. Quick wire? No. Power shards? Absolutely. I've got 100 going in there. I suppose I'll get you uploaded there as well, just in case. Nitrogen plus coal plus sulfur plus fuel equals water plus heavy oil residue. That's fine. Yeah. The one that I'm using is... Let's see, it's fuel plus coal plus sulfur plus... That's it. No. That's nitrogen. That's basically it. And to make the fuel, you then have to use water and crude oil. So it really is a very good recipe. The only item you have to actually craft is the fuel. Everything else just remains in its raw state, which I think is rather good for trying to save power as well. Like, I don't necessarily know how many machines I have to place down, but considering everything's just going into the blender, I'm obviously going to need a few refineries here and there, I think it's not too bad power-wise. I did actually make a video covering this though. I titled it something along the lines of the best rocket fuel recipe, where I then came to the conclusion that it was the best rocket fuel recipe. What I needed personally. Missing a ward. You are missing a ward, look at you. How about on the other side? Oh, you're fine. Definitely on the home stretch now, at least. Oh, I missed one. Nice. So that... Oh wait, no, one more. I think this is the last one now. Might as well do it the entire way around, honestly. I can. Nice. Turn off the music as well whilst we're here. I can't record anything if that music's in the background, which is quite annoying. Not because of like any legal stuff, but because I add my own music in post. Basic decoration is now complete. We didn't go overboard, but it's as good as we're gonna get for this stage of the game. I've also decided to increase the distance between the pathway and the actual rock over here as well. This way it actually makes it look like an actual rock, rather than just a random little bit of stone sticking up through the ground. So I did like that idea as well. Regarding our logistics, obviously everything is running completely fine, although I did add an awesome sink, just because it's going to give us a few extra coupons, nothing else really. Oh. And then right next to our coal generators, we've decided to add an outpost tower. This serves absolutely zero purpose, I just like the way it looks. Welcome Camillos, hope that you're doing well. I forgot one. Welcome to the stream. Always forget one. Yeah. So right now, chat, I'm going to do an outro. It's not for the stream. We are not done with the stream, but I have to do an outro for the video. So I'm very quickly going to record that, and then we'll get straight back into some rocket fuel stuff. There we go. So today we've managed to make our modular engines, and we've started our aluminium stuff, as well as our conveyor belt highway, which will most certainly be improving on our next episode. Regardless, thank you very much for watching, liking and subscribing, and I appreciate everyone tuning into these videos. Have an amazing rest of your day, Godspeed, and cheerio. There we go. So that is now the very final clip that I needed to finish editing that video, which is great. And what? Exactly everything that I said there in that clip is true. We are now done with the aluminium facility. We've got a bunch of parts off camera, which is great. And I don't think there's much else I want to do over here. So let's start the rocket fuel area. There's a few bits I could add here and there, but it's just completely unnecessary. Drinking tea. Is that actually a YouTube emote? A drinking tea emote? Also, why are YouTube emotes so, like... How do I say this? Weird, I suppose. Like, they look hideous in some regards. I mean, my personal channel emotes aren't much better, of which I want to try and make more of them. But it's really weird. Anyway, saying that as I drink coffee. I don't even drink coffee in real life. Oh well. You're crying here? The beta is over, your life has lost all meaning. Honestly, same. I woke up today in an absolute... maybe that's the reason why I woke up today feeling really bad. It's because of the beta. That's the actual reason. It's all the beta's fault. Oh dear. Right, so let's see how many resources we are now going to need for our rocket facility, and how many of them I can try and carry over. Oh wow, would you look at that? I've already got it loaded. It's almost like I prepared the segment earlier on today. I did. So we are going to need 4,000 water, which I can just collect from the sea. 4,000 sulfur, which I know for a fact I haven't got nearby. 2,000 coal I have got. 1,500 of crude oil I have got. And then 3,000 nitrogen gas, which again I haven't actually got. So let's have a very quick look around here. They look crap? Yeah, they look terrible. Yeah. So, coming over here, in fact, if I do this... Oh. Thank you. We good? I think so. The laggiest app I've ever used, honestly. But it serves a very good purpose though, so it's okay. 4,000 water. We can collect that over here. This is where our main rocket fuel facility is going to be. Have I got the border loaded in? No, but essentially the border is somewhere over here. That's completely fine. Welcome Orange Paw 3. Yes, man, we are live over on YouTube. That is true. We are live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Welcome Pocket. 1,500 crude oil for rocket fuel. That's overkill. Oh, it's okay. We are making about 6,000 rocket fuel per minute. But I'm doing it for fun reasons. If you don't like it, man, I'm sorry. But it's a personal challenge and a personal little excitement for me. So yeah, water done. 4,000 sulfur. We've got 1,200 over there. I can probably combine you lots over here together. That's an additional 300. So that's 1,500 in total. We're still missing quite a lot though. How many's down here? Potentially 1,200, but I can't do that. But I have got a 780 belt, so that's 780. Welcome, Michael. Hope that you're doing good. Hey, you're back on YouTube now. I do appreciate that. Welcome, man. 780 plus 600. Oh dear, quick maths time. 1,380. 1,520. So 1,520 plus 600 is 2,100. Oh yeah, you guys aren't 600. You know, you guys are eventually going to be 780s, which is over 1,500. Okay, so that means we have got enough when I combine all of them together. Yo, Michael with the Night of the Membership. Knight to the membership, Knight to the Realm membership. Thank you so much, man. Can we get some huge GGs in the chat? That is extremely kind of you, man. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for the membership. And, awesome to have you here. You can now use your new membership emotes, of which, again, I do want to try and make more of. That's extremely kind, man. Thank you so much. Actually, the beta lasted until around 12 or 1 p.m. You should have played in the morning. I'm not gonna lie, I uninstalled it last night, so I was kind of done with it after that. What else? Oh yeah, 2000 call. So we've got 600. Also, I am taking into consideration, by the way, the Mark III miners at 250% efficiency. That's the number that I'm looking at. Can you guys even see that, like, on the screen? I know it's there, but, like, is the quality of the stream that bad? It's actually quite difficult to see. But yeah, regardless, that's what we're trying to look at here. So both of these combined is 600. I haven't got Mark III miners, but eventually that is what I'm going to have. So 600 plus 1,200, that's 1,800 plus 1,500. Yeah, we're miles over. What I'm actually going to do, I have thought about this long and hard. Just kidding, it took me 3 seconds. I'm actually going to build over all of this core. Even though in reality, I'm only going to need this, and probably only that. The rest of the core, I'm undecided on what I'm going to do with. But I could use it as fuel for vehicles, like trucks if I really wanted to. Or I could burn it for extra power. I could convert it into diamonds eventually. Because that's what I'm going to be doing with like the majority of coal that's like down over there, for example. That's all going to combine. A lot of it over here as well. So that's definitely a plan that I'm most likely going to follow through with. Good afternoon, Sinister Plank. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome, Pockets. Welcome to the stream as well. Damn, we've got everyone tuning in today. Thank you very much, everyone. And for the 3,000 nitrogen gas, what we decided that we're going to... Holy moly. What we decided that we're going to end up doing is getting this lot, which isn't enough. It's 3, 6, 9, 1,500. This is 1,800 out of 3,000. But if I get this lot, which again will be combining with my sulfur over here, it then is enough. Again, 3, 6, 9, 1,800 to 1,950. So, yeah, that would then be enough. And of course, again, for the crude oil, we've got more than enough. Because I'm also going to be making some of my petroleum coke out here as well. We're also making plastic. We're making rubber. Of course, our rocket fuel, our fuel, and everything that's needed for that. So there is going to be quite a lot of stuff out here. And most likely, we are going to have a rather big water packaging facility as well. So it's going to be a rather big project. Now what I want to try and do is hop back over to my editing software and essentially try and draw out a line. Let me try and zoom in for you guys as well to make it a little bit better. There we go. So this line that I'm going to draw is essentially going to replicate my conveyor belt highway. So yeah, it is relatively important. I want to have the start of it to go there, and I suppose just try and follow it in a straight line. It might not look straight for this, but don't worry, it will be a straight line. Then something a little bit like this, that links our coal over to our conveyor belt highway. Same thing over there as well, brilliant. You lots are going to be rather interesting. So what I'm actually going to try and do is have like some sort of massive, even like a dam design. But the thing is, the dam won't make any sense though. Unless maybe it will. What I could try and do, I know that, okay, this is going to sound stupid. So prepare to like become depressed over the next like 3 or 4 seconds. But if I try and build some sort of dam looking thing, then with coated concrete, flatten out this entire area over here, which doesn't look too big, but bear in mind that's like a good 1,000 foundations, most likely. We could end up making it look really nice. A pipeline mapping. I suppose it will just... Actually, no, there will be some pipes, because you'll be travelling from over there, won't you? Speaking of, how am I going to get you lots down to the very bottom? Because when we come back over here again, our pipes can now handle 600 liquid or gas in it. In it, bruv. But the problem is, though, it doesn't. Like, it actually doesn't. So, if I combine both of these, I'm not actually getting 600 nitrogen gas. Great drawing. Thank you very much. I mean, people do call me, like, Picasso. for a reason. The Picasso Pickle, that was going to be a channel name, so could always change it in the end. So if I was to combine you guys, let's say 3 of you, what I'll probably end up doing is combining, 3 of these onto 2 different pipes. This way I can get 4 pipes in total. You 4 go into 2 pipes, then you 3 go into 2 pipes. That's going to be 4 pipes and a conveyor belt. That's 5. Okay. So, you can then come up straight, most likely. Use some sort of like weird pipe design, most likely following the river. Unsure yet, but we're going to be starting it today, most likely. So, see about that. And I think that's going to be it. Everything underneath here, I don't think it's going to matter if it doesn't look very nice, because we are going to be having some coated concrete foundations above here, so it would be like a huge logistic floor. Most likely the biggest logistic floor I'm ever going to make. Not nitric acid, sorry, nitrogen gas. If I said nitric acid, I take that back. Nitrogen gas. And there we go. That's basically the logistics of what I want to try and do. So it's not difficult. It's just going to be a bit time consuming. But I can't imagine this being an overly complex challenge. It's just going to be a challenge. Yeah. I know, fantastic motivational advice there from me. Like I got a lot of energy. But now, how am I actually going to get over there? Holy lag. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. And how tall do I want it to be as well? So many questions. How am I going to get my materials over there? So many questions. Yeah, the pipelines take time as well, yeah. To get the lifts down a cliff, build your floor... Oh, I've already got a blueprint for that. A blueprint which I'm actually currently building. Both a bit off camera and on camera as well. If I go over to my blueprints very quickly... I'm going to be consuming a lot of you two, so can I afford 4 of you at once? Also, you know what we might need? Dimensional depots. Today actually might be the day that I fully commit to dimensional depots. I need it. I need them. Can I go for 10? No, I can go for 8. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's just try. Firstly, we're going to add 2 above here. Nice bit of lag there, just to remind me that my PC is unbearably crap. The auto-connecting blueprint, I could try and do that. Yeah. Okay, so that part's now done. It looks quite nice, actually. The problem wasn't ever going to be it not looking nice. The problem was... have I got enough resources? And I still technically don't, but we'll work with what we've got. Right. I suppose I'm going to need a splitter here, don't I? Let me try something. Okay, that's not going to work. That's unfortunate. Is there a reason why that's not working? Is it too small? Probably, actually, yeah. So you'll be uploading concrete at like a snail's pace, which is a bit of a shame. I don't really want it to do that. So what I might honestly do as well is come up here. We have got a little bit of room. And I'm going to place in like a bunch of these storage containers. In fact, no, industrial storage containers. I might as well get rid of you. Use the land here. And then we're going to do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to probably end up loading 3 of them. Maybe even all 4 of them with concrete. Is there any other major resource that I'll be consuming here? In case industrial beams, potentially yes. So I'll probably end up having an extra 2 for you lot. I can afford an extra 2. We've placed down 3 so far. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can only afford 1 more. That's alright. That's completely fine. I don't know how much concrete per minute this means I'll be able to upload, but what I do know is that it's going to be a fairly, like, reliable amount. I'll be testing it now in just a moment. Get a couple stacks into here. No space left in depot, so if I have to take out 500, it's not bad. Also, that's not running from there as well. Stop. So it's 5 per second. It's not dreadful at all, but it's also not brilliant either. That's fine. We'll definitely work on getting some more dimensional depots, most likely in our next stream. Although I could most certainly try and do that today, because we have got a SAM node. Somewhere... Where was it? It was here, wasn't it? So if I can just collect a bunch of that SAM, turn that into reanimated SAM, then manually handcraft that into... No, what's it called? Something else SAM. Fluctuated SAM? Fluctuator SAM? Something SAM. Welcome, Skies. Hope that you're well. Hope that you're doing good today. You've got 4-dimensional depots and concrete. Yeah, I think I'm going to want at least 4 or 5. Some of our blueprints here, as I'll very quickly show you, are going to be consuming, there we go, like 2,000 concrete per blueprint. So that's 2,000 divided by 5 concrete per second. That's 400 seconds. 400 seconds divided by a minute. So that's roughly almost 7 minutes there. 6 2/3 minutes to get 1 blueprint. It's not even worth it. That is nuts. Wow. I'm still gonna do it. It's worth the grind, but yeah, it's a lot. Okay, so let's just head over to our SAM facility and let's get this started. Because that would be quite nice to get like a bunch of dimensional depot stuff just on the go. Yeah, the SAM fluctuator, that's the one. Again, I do apologize for the lag. I do want to make one very quick pit stop on the way to our call facility. And that's just to double check how much liquid biofuel we've managed to make. Put your thoughts in the comments right now. How much liquid biofuel do you think we've made? If you were here a few streams ago, you'd know roughly how much it would be. But if you guys weren't here, it might be a bit of a random guess. I do want to try out the auto-connecting thing though, yep. Where the heck did I build this thing? Oh, hello. How did I miss that? Right, so, okay, good. You guys are completely out. Great, that's actually what I wanted to try and see there. 45,000? Could be. A full large tank. Wow. Where does it start? There. Okay. That... Okay, so 119,000. 119,000. I've actually got to record that for the video. I said that I was going to do it, didn't I? And for those of you who have stayed watching to the end, I did say that I was going to try and show you guys how much packaged liquid biofuel we managed to make. So, let's take a look. Of course, we know the answer, but the YouTube video folks don't know just yet. So in total, we are looking at just over 119,000 And so far in the last roughly 7, maybe 8 hours of gameplay, I've used about 100, and I have been flying absolutely everywhere. So let's do the maths. 119,000, just like that, divided by 100 is obviously 1,190. And let's say this has been used up over 7 hours worth of gameplay, or me flying around. We then have to do 1,190 times by 7. This is roughly how many hours it would take me to use up all of this packaged liquid biofuel, which is 8,260 hours, which is not too bad. What is that in, like, days? 8,260 divided by 24. Okay, so I've got a year worth of supply here, basically. Not to mention, I've now just managed to unlock the hover pack as well. So I'll actually be using the jetpack a lot less. So we can easily, like, have over a year worth of packaged liquid biofuel now, which is great. Well, it's not bad. It could be better. If you guys have just tuned in, by the way, hello. Wow, it's just got so... Why is it so dark? Bro. We are doing some dimensional depot stuff today to help with our, well, I suppose our aluminium facility as well, which I've now managed to get fully squared away and finished. But most importantly, to help us with our absolutely mega rocket fuel facility, which will be starting today, but we'll be doing the chunk of tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, and the week after that, and probably the month after that as well. So it's going to be a rather big project for us, which is rather exciting. Oh. I could put it in some vehicles, but I don't know if I want to. Okay, yeah, the Sam's here. So you can't really come down there. I don't know where I want you to actually go. I suppose it is temporary, isn't it? It's very temporary for the stage of the game. So let's get a constructor place down. And just select Sam. 120 Sam can make 30 reanimated Sam. I believe you're a fully overclocked Mark II. No, actually you're not overclocked. Now you are, so congrats for the upgrade. 150. There we go. So I know that you're going straight down and now I want you to come straight back up again, but... Oh well. Again, this is temporary, do not worry. I do apologise if the gameplay is rather dark, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just the game. You can then come back up over there. Select you and plop you down here. That's too much. Is it 35? That's not what I pressed. Is it 30? That's not what I pressed. Is it 35? 36.666. 38? 37.5. Then the end. Brilliant. Now where's our power? I suppose again it's straight down, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. 4 hours of 4. That's what you love to see. How about you? Take that. So now all of our SAM is finally making some reanimated SAM. How much reanimated SAM? Only about 37.5 per minute, but that is still, you know, reasonable. I'm only going to need like this much, I'll say, like maximum this much. There we go, that's pretty good. Okay, you're just about keeping up their production, that's great. Not efficient? Well, yeah, there's nothing else I could have done with the resources. Like, what else was I supposed to do there with all of the biofuel that I had saved up? Sink it? Sure. I get a lot less coupons. Yet now I've got something to do with it. Whether I sink it, I can get more coupons. Whether I use it, it'll be more beneficial for me. Whether I use it for vehicles, again, beneficial for me. So that was probably the best play I could have done there. Yeah, I'll just leave that doing its thing now. Brilliant. Actually, I can upload you to a depot. I can't, can I? Yeah. Unless I can make 6 of you guys. I'll make you here. I think I can make it in the crafting bench, can't I? Brilliant. Okay, so now that I've done that, I can, in theory... Where is it? It's an organization. At least you've done that. Then you just start doing your thing, basically. Brilliant. That. Wink. Liquid storage, yeah, you never know. There's lots to do. There's certainly lots to do. But now what we can do is finally head over to where I want to be somewhat starting my mega project. Biggest project I'm going to attempt so far in Satisfactory. And which direction do I want to try and go in so I can place down one of my cannons? Directly over here. Okay. That's all good for now, don't worry about it. You won't miss anything important. There we go. I'll be returning to that in just a moment, because I do want to try to improve my hypertube cannon. Because quite frankly, it's not good enough. I need more. More hypertubes, more cannons, more distance, more speed, everything. More of everything. So get rid of that. There we go. I don't necessarily know, like, how big I want this to be. All that I know is I want it to be at least double. Like, at least double. How's that? Maybe like an extra 5 or 6? Because the problem is, with the hypertube cannon that I had before, I was barely able to get any proper distance on it. And I had to end up consuming quite a lot of my fuel, my jetpack, to actually get anywhere. So, we definitely do want to try and change that. Let's go with 2 more now. Why is it doing that? There we go. Is that a bit too high? I feel like that will launch me really high up. I don't know if that's going to get the distance that I want it to, though. So let's try this again, shall we? We'll go on to builder, transport. Where is it? There we go. Hypertube. Same location. Out there. Should be alright, hopefully. So you stay the same. You've got to go, and that's going to go there as well. So I've then got to get rid of this. Typical, I know, typical. I've just placed it down. And now you no longer want to try and connect. Partially overlapping blueprint designer. Okay. Well, that wasn't there 1 minute ago, but that's alright. That should work. I've done this so many times, I've sort of just memorized how to do it now. Point it straight up. I could, but I'll be going absolutely nowhere. Welcome early pause, hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Okay. That's better. Now, let's get rid... Actually, should I get rid of that? I suppose it's fine for where it is. I do want to try and place this down, though, because it should be a lot better. Hit the like button. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you can smash the like button. You don't have to. But yeah. It's alright if you don't. Blueprints. This one. Is it facing the right way? Now it is. Another problem is that it does consume quite a lot of power. I know there are ways that you can do something very similar to this that consumes almost any power. Or, sorry, hardly any power. It's alright. Have I got enough fuel on me? I have. But I do want to make sure I've got more than enough. Perfect. And this is the exact area that I wanted to try and get to. Oh, wait. Is that a little... Okay, I've made a bit of a mess around here. Ow. Ow, that's gonna hurt. Brilliant. You know what? I would say that was a fairly successful little ride. That wasn't bad at all. And now that we're actually here, this dam's going to be extremely high and potentially extremely big as well. I want it to be roughly starting from up here and going straight across over there. But now the question is, do I want to try and bend it as well? I don't think I do. We'll keep this the way it is and try and build something off of that. You're facing north there as well, okay. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. You bapped the like button. I haven't heard anyone say bapped in a while. Or, actually, I was thinking of bop, actually, yeah. Do you know that thing that, well, I think it's been around for a while, but like bop it? It's like bop it, twist it, put it, that thing. That's what it reminded me of. I've actually got to start recording clips now for the next episode, which is quite exciting. Try and get into the middle. That's so difficult to do. There we go. Lovely. And today you stand me finding, that's really good, nice. And today you find me standing on top of a dam. Well, it's not quite a dam yet, but soon it will be. Episode 10 spoilers. I mean, I think this is actually episode 11 that we started to record now. Episode 10's done. Which is unbelievable, but... yeah, I still haven't released episodes 9 yet. But again, I'm saving all the episodes from when I'm not here. Everything out here is exactly where I want to... oh my god. One of those days. This is what it's like to record off stream, by the way. It's really fun. Like, it takes me an hour and a half to do a basic recording. Essentially, what we have here is the open seas, which I really like. And this is where my rocket fuel facility, as well as my plastic, rubber, petroleum coke, and other water-based products are going to be made. But we are focusing on our rocket fuel today. And And most of our rocket fuel products are going to be coming in from this direction, so we're going to be building something rather, well, stupid. Oh, and my game crashed? No. Back. There we go. Nice. Oh wow, the saturation just changed massively there. My screen's so grey now in comparison. Oh, what? Did I just slip off the side? Because I jumped, then I landed like here, then my character like slipped almost. Anyway. Oh well. You might have remembered the conveyor belt highway that I was building in my last episode. Well, that's going to be a vital blueprint for today. Here we go. Speaking of that conveyor belt highway, I've actually made quite a lot of improvements off camera, so let's take a look. I'm then going to be inserting a clip that I pre-recorded last week. Yep, this episode is all going to be all over the place, but it'll make sense. Like, the thing is, I'm recording it, and none of it makes sense, but the way that I'm going to edit everything together is that it is going to make sense. Are you the sulfur? Because you look like Caterium. I think you're the pure Caterium, aren't you? Why do I know these things? Okay. That's fine. Anyway, back... I didn't start recording. Ooh. There we go. Anyway, back over here to the Dune Desert. I want my conveyor belt highway to stretch all the way from down over here, straight through to this direction as well. Oh, that was a bit of a rough landing. Where we'll be collecting a bunch of different ores and nodes along the way. Hello there. I just zoomed into its ass. That wasn't... I didn't mean for it to turn around. The problem is, though, there is so much work to do in such a flat, open space. So you know what? Let's just get started. And the very first thing that I want to try and double check is, have I even got enough resources to place down one of these things? Literally, no. Yeah, it's quite expensive. So, I suppose what I want to try and do... Thank you. Is place down the very first 4 of these. That's going to be the objective. I then want to try and figure out where the dam's going to start and where it's going to end. And also where the conveyor belt highway is going to start as well. So, we've got a lot to do, really. I do actually just want to try and work on the dam part today, because everything else is like the logistics for tomorrow's episode. So, I suppose I do want to try and figure that out. Resource-wise, we're just going to need a lot of things, really. Let's just get a bunch of concrete, steel stuff, and see where that takes us. How are we doing with steel? Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Let's go back out. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this. Lovely. Oh dear. Let's try and land somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. There's radioactive shite. I might as well get you. There we go. I do wish there were recipes that works with biofuel. Yeah, it could have been quite nice. I suppose the game doesn't want you to stick around on biofuel for too long, though. Like, it wants you to explore coal and... Oh, not enough space. Cool. It wants you to explore everything else. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Always in desperate need of berries. Especially after I go out exploring, I seem to just end up consuming so many different types of berries. Oh well. Try and land over here if I can. Bioplastic. That would be interesting. Oh, I think I know this little crack. No, I don't. There is a crack somewhere here. I think it's down there where you can actually try and get... I think it's a Somerset loop. Every single one of your nuclear plants indented into the foundation by one... Redo the entire thing. You know what? Just start the playthrough over again from the very beginning. I think that's what you gotta do. Anyway, that conveyor belt malarkey can wait for now, because we've got a dam to build. The reason why I'm prioritizing this project first is because I want my conveyor belt highway to begin and end in a certain location, and the best way I can know where to start is by building this first and then seeing where the resources are going to be coming out from. Let's talk about the pros and cons. The very first, I suppose, pro that we can think of is that it's quite a tall project, which isn't really that bad. I'd much rather it be tall than wide. I suppose another pro can be that there's nothing really in the way. Obviously, there's like rocks and sand related... Oh, bloody autosave, man. Whenever there's an autosave, I have to instantly stop recording, which is really annoying. That's fine. I love the water over here, by the way. It's so blue and turquoise and elegant, and it's beautiful. So let's talk a little bit more about the dam, and let's start with some pros and cons. One pro is that it's rather highly elevated, which I actually quite like. I'd much rather it be tall than wide. I suppose another pro can be as well, there's not really much in the way of it either. There are a few rocks here and there, but that's not really much of a problem. But there are some other problems though. The most important one being those nuke or gas sort of particles there in the very south of the map, which is quite annoying. But we can try to avoid that. Now, film a cinematic shot next to this, and that'll be about it. At the end of the day, we can always just use a nuke Nobelisk, or any Nobelisk, to take out these things. That's most likely what I'll end up doing. Another problem that I might also run into is the actual shape of it itself. Over here, as you can see, we are running pretty much parallel here with the cliff, whereas over here we are absolutely not. It nudges out quite sharply there. So, that could be a slight problem. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue or a concern. But I might want to try and curve around the dam, but if I do that, it's going to mess with the shape, so I don't want to do that. The way that I've designed this particular straight foundation area itself is by pressing the foundation and then holding down the control button. This snaps it to the world grid, so I know that it's directly facing north, and it's also in line with every other factory and every other foundation that I've placed down so far in this playthrough. Without further ado, no more waffling, let's try and think of a concept idea for the design, and then we'll try and, well, see how bad it looks. Hopefully it won't look too bad, though. Aye. That's the plan, at least. Building a dam. A bridge over the river. Well, I can't be really quiet, can it? A bridge over the river Wye. There you go. Lovely. Fossilized dung. Wow. Is that actually like what they are? Like, what's the lore behind those gas pillars? There must be something, right? Foreshadowing? Mm-hmm. Let's see. In theory, you should actually be facing this way. Make it a bit easier. Oh, that's really annoying. Wow. That's unbelievably frustrating. I might push you back a little bit, though. Really? Wait. What I'm going to end up doing is most likely increasing the size of this by about... No. It's decreasing the size of you. So you're going to be essentially like 1 4-meter wall higher than everything else on this side. Could add a road, but like, where's the road going to go? I could then design a tunnel, but is that necessary? I suppose I could definitely do that. But then this part would end up looking really weird. Because then I'd have to design a tunnel for the road to go in. But then that will end up coming out over here. So I could do something like that down here, just not on this sort of level though. Well, what we're going to be doing, like this dam, it's not really serving much of a purpose other than for looks, but what we're going to end up doing is belting everything from over here to this area, then dragging it across over here in a somewhat straight line, which I think we should be able to do. Yeah, it'll be somewhat straight at least. If I move it forwards by like 10 foundations, then no, I can't do that because of that, okay. What if I was to move it back? No, that won't work. But yeah, we're going to put everything out here for our rocket fuel facility. So this is what I'll be making. I'll be collecting sulfur, collecting coal, collecting nitrogen gas, water, and crude oil. But the only thing I'm actually making is heavy oil residue, fuel, and rocket fuel. That is it. The nitric acid stuff I might end up making here if I've got enough nitrogen gas left over. That's not a priority. We are going to have extra water, so I might convert that into a very small coal generator facility, or I might convert that into diamonds a bit later on. But as of right now, not too sure, and that's what we're going to be sticking with, though. I suppose that the very first thing I do is design the top of this, then, right? So what I'll do is I'll grab this. Copper and iron near it could be bottling plants. Yeah, I could bottle it here as well. Why not? I was to come down there by 2 and make you into the flat yard. Then I'll get rid of that. With that there as well. Yes, no, I can't get rid of that though. So what I'll do here is I'll make you into asphalt. I suppose same with this. Although I did say I wanted this to be coated concrete, didn't I? Maybe the first 3 can be for like a road. I'm still like hooked on this road idea, I don't know why. I just think it could be quite cool. So everything underneath here is going to get completely flattened out, essentially. Does it have to? I think it would look weird if it didn't. If we followed like this sort of height, it'll be fine. If I flatten everything out, what am I going to build on top? Nothing. I could have something here in the future, maybe. But as of right now, I really don't know. me just think about this. So I could try and follow that along there. If I was to lower this down, you'll be at this sort of height. Roughly here. Which is still fairly tall, just not as tall. And if I was to bring that forwards up until around about here, to this sort of height, maybe even a bit taller, we could then do the tunnel idea that I was just thinking of. Having the road, like there's one bridge somewhere, I believe it's in California or New Mexico or Arizona. Is it the something dam? Q dam? I don't know, it's a big dam. That I think has something similar. That's what I'm going to try and go with. If I do that, we can make it work. You are then on a smaller height than everything else over here as well. So I could then try and decorate this area. Destroy the gas stuff and keep everything else the way it is. Hudson? No. It's something. That's always a possibility there. Lower it down a little bit. Here. Why don't you build a dam on an angle so it aligns with the end of the cliff? You mean like curve it around? I can't design that. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to. That height there feels a bit more realistic. Well, I mean, not realistic, just better, I think. I'll make it slightly higher. I don't want to make it any lower, that's for sure. How about this height? From... I think that's where I said before, wasn't it? So where's like directly north? It would be from here to there, so that's possible. Starting here. Do that. A 30-degree angle. Oh, right. But that won't line up with my world grid. Because then if that doesn't line up, then all of the conveyor belts and pipes I'm bringing through here then might come out like quite a weird angle. I'll try and lower this down now. Obviously, I can't select it. Obviously. We'll end up spending more time on tomorrow's stream actually designing the dam. I'll probably change around a couple of like my title and thumbnails. Because yeah, tomorrow we'll be focusing on the dam as well. They're concaved. Yeah. I mean, again, like, I can't design that though, guys. It needs to be like a real, like, not realistic as in like realism, realistic as in like, so I can design it. It's like you're saying, why don't you just build the Burj Khalifa in this game? I can't design that. Too high up. It's fine, it's gonna have to be. There we go. So again, you're going to be at the very top here. Which isn't too bad. Then go with foundations. We'll start maybe like half a click in. There we go. Nudge you over here. Like by that much? I think that's alright. No. There we go. In the middle? That seems like it's in the middle now. Then try and get our center line here. With our arrows, preferably. Would they be able to fit? No? Okay, so how did I design this differently than for my other roads? Which should be the exact same, but clearly it's not. I'd like to know what I did differently. Anywhere is fine, honestly. As long as it's not in the way. I won't be taking much inspiration from this. It will be a completely different design, and I just want to try and see how I did the road. Oh, right. Yeah, using a half. Okay. Then how would that work? Because I need a full foundation to place down the arrows. That one's the full foundation. Then it's like half and half. Let's see. And you go down there. I doubt this is actually going to be lined up. No, it never is. I don't understand how to line up these things. I really don't. That's okay, but don't worry about it. So literally there, then nudge it over by one. But then you're still overlapping. How on earth did I do it? You know, it's good when I literally can't even remember the design that I did. So what one would it have been where I got all the arrows? It was... not the corner, I don't... oh, it was the ramp, wasn't it? It was ramp 001, so this one. I do want to try and get rid of all this, though. How did that create a storage container? Okay, it didn't. It just didn't want to... That's fine. That's nice. Blueprint ramp 001. Let's try. Yeah. So you're like that. Yeah, it fits. How wide is it though? Let me see using this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 wide. Okay. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you're like a little bit wider. By that much. Is that really a big enough difference there to make any sort of overall difference? I doubt it. If I'm honest, but let's try it. Do customizer, we'll then select that work? Now it's not like even, is it? It's not evenly displayed. Which means I've then got to move you over. But if I do, you'll then have the exact same problems. Okay, I think I'll ignore the arrows then. And all of this, in fact. There we go. So that would be fine, I think. Sure. The next thing to then do is select... Is that thick enough? No, it has to be thicker. This. And change you here in the middle to be white. No. There we go. Glad. There's a painted marking on it. Oh yeah, that's fine. That happens. Yeah, good luck for the flight, Vinod, by the way. Hope that it's all good. Sure it will be fun, hopefully. You never know. Some people love flying, some people don't, so it's difficult to know if I should say, like, have fun or you'll be okay. Something like this. That's a fine concept design. That will then be too high, because then this is where the dam's actually going to be. Yeah. Do I want there to be a way to access this floor? Obviously, but like where? What I could do is design... Because like, we're not really dealing with like a very big space down here, are we? Oh no, it's here. How wide is it? Like 12 maybe? 10? That's going to be a bit higher, so yeah, about like 12. So only 3 of these blueprints. So 2 of them are going to look like this, and one of them is going to have some like stairs maybe in the middle. Can be a thing. Materials? No. Some chests? Yeah, that's fair enough. He doesn't have a good bit of chess. I wish I was better at chess. I can play it. Like, I know the rules. I know how to play it. It's just not very well. If I was to play against someone who had no idea what they were doing, I'd probably do okay. Right, that's it for that. It's a very basic sort of design, I think. There's not really much else I want to go with, I don't think. It's just a question of, do I want to overcomplicate it? Again, like with every other build that I've done. I don't mind adding a couple of these. Maybe even some sort of like viewing area out here. It's most certainly like possible. Let's try this. I've got no idea how this is going to end up looking. No idea. I still want to at least attempt it. That will then connect with the blueprints next to it, which I think will be fine. I'm painting you slightly darker, I think. Just the ones on the inside. Right, internet. Yeah, true. That's really dark. How about Chrome? No. Chrome just doesn't. Why is it so dark? Grey has never been that dark before for me. Okay. Oh, because of the lighting. So here it doesn't look too bad. Here it's just, like, pitch dark. Oh well. Welcome to Gaming Skulls. Hope that you're doing good today. Welcome to the stream. That's all good now. I wouldn't mind an exit sign over here. I believe I had one. I didn't save it as a blueprint, though. That won't work. This might... Except columns, lined batteries, and structures. The rest may be learning... Yeah. It just requires a bit of time. 1,100 ELO. Is that good? Because in Age of Empires, that would be like... bottom 1%. But I know this is not Age of Empires, so that probably is very good. Isn't there like some sort of exit sign? Yes! There is. Exit door. Brilliant. So the way that I designed this before, I believe, was different layout. Yep. Points? No. There we go. The background I then want to be green. Like a dark sort of green. That's fine. I know it looks bad. That's because of the orange, I think. Oh. That's really bright. I don't know if that's bright for you guys as well. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I know it needs to be bright, but that will blind me. There we go. That is a very simple exit sign, but it serves the purpose we needed it to. So I'm quite happy with that. Okay. There's not really too much more I want to try and do around here now. Maybe because this is the road, what I might want to try and do is this. Go one from that side, one from that side. One, two, leave a 2 gap there. 2 gap there. Let's make it a 3 gap. Just so it's even on both sides. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Still, how is it smaller there? 2.5. That would then be even. There we go. Oh, nice. I mean, that works. Yeah, that works. It was very bright, wasn't it? Like, damn. Okay, which one of these is placed incorrectly? Then do something like this. Nice. I feel like it's missing something. It's missing a bit of depression. So what I'm going to try and do here is grab a frame wall. Move it up like this, so it's like a gate almost. How would that look? That, you know what? That looks really bad. So let's never do that ever again. Would this make much of a difference? I suppose, yeah, it does. That's not bad. Everything here, I believe, is now done. I can add a few more decorations. These columns might be rather important. How about from the other side? It shouldn't look like anything, really. Yeah, it's just... yeah. It just exists. Where is it? Walls? You. Great. 72 reactors. Let's go. That is a lot. The average player is 800. Ooh. So I'm probably like a 1 elo. Maybe 2. if my sparks are clicking together. Which is a rare occurrence, but it does happen every couple of centuries. I don't want anything to go over that. I suppose the difficult part's actually going to be to try and find the exact center of this facility. Because the center here is about there. That's not the actual center of this, which is what I care more about. You can't go below 100? Okay, 100 then. That's where I want it to be. Is that going to get in the way, this thing? Yes. So I'm going to build it up here, I said, didn't I? Makes sense. Okay. Then zone you over there like so. Is there anything else I want to try and do? I suppose... this. Honestly, I'm so happy that we're making blueprints that have started to consume concrete. We had gone almost a single day without doing that, and it felt weird. I say almost, because yesterday, even though I didn't stream, I was still playing Satisfactory. I was trying to record some bits. We got it done eventually. Okay, so this area should now be done. Maybe what I want to try and do, though... Let's see. Stick it out like that a little bit. Because this is again where pedestrians could be walking across. In fact, speaking about pedestrians... I'm going to want some sort of pathway, aren't I? A zebra crossing. I haven't got a zebra crossing. I want a zebra crossing, so let's get a coupon. There we go. No. So I'd then like to try and select. Okay. It should be in customizer. Oh, is that 6 coupons? Ada, you again.
Decoration and organization go hand in hand. Fix it HQ custodian, I always say. Use of these customizer features does not guarantee an aesthetically pleasing or user-friendly factory. That's the part that requires knowledge and skill.
Of which I have, like, neither of. But thank you, Ada. So I'll do something a little bit like that. And what I'll do here... this. Like so. Then replicate this design over here. And that's basically that, I suppose. Okay, that's quite annoying. Yeah. The annoying part about this now is going to be the Z snapping. Of which there is certainly a lot of us. So you're built a bit closer than everything else. That's fine. If I was to leave it like this... it goes from being a rather large opening to a rather small one, but I don't necessarily mind the way that looks. So we'll keep that. More concrete consumption. Woohoo. A small logistics building next to your Part 2 accelerator building, which you really like for some reason. Realistically, it's just a few storage containers and assemblers. I'm like that as well. Like, I'll build something. It won't necessarily be the most significant thing. It might not even necessarily look very nice. Yet for some reason, just sticks out and it looks good. Okay, this is going to be Dam 001. Like that. The background color, it really just does not matter. There we go. What's we going to do here? Like, what possible icon can I choose? Water? Like a road, isn't it? No. I'm going to choose this icon. I've never actually used this icon before. Okay, now what I'm actually going to try and do is clear blueprint designer. Get rid of that. Oh, I've got to get... okay. I've got to get rid of that thing up there then as well, but I don't think I've got the storage space on me. So I'm very temporarily going to upload that to there, that to there, that to there. Grab you, get rid of that. And that. And that. There you go. And all that. Plug a few more of these items into here. Why have I got 70 motors randomly on me? The next part now is to try and find the actual sensor of this water area. Which shouldn't be that bad. All I've got to do is just fly down to here. Stay in line if I can, which is actually rather important. That's 8, but we're barely even in this part of the water. So we've got like 7 and a bit on that side. We've 4. Actually, technically it's like that. Okay, so it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah. So this is the center item here. Which means that the middle blueprint, the one I'm about to place down, has to line up with this. No pressure. How do I get out of this now? We're going to walls. We're going to zoom this up by about like 30 foundations maybe, or 20 depending on how tall it has to go. Probably 30 though, if I'm honest. Yeah, definitely 30. That's 28, but you get the gist. Last final little stretch now. Lovely. So, blueprints. We'll go dam top 001. And I just thought, rather than making 2 blueprints here, I'm just going to stick to this. And then what I can do is edit the middle blueprints when I deem necessary. This has to line up perfectly. You can see it's not. That looks good though. See, that looks really good. I then want you to come back in by a little bit. Yep. One more. Yep. I think. I think that's actually a bit better. Welcome, Death. That's fine, don't worry. Yeah, sometimes YouTube doesn't send out notifications. Sometimes it does, but you know, it happens. Welcome though, hope that you're doing well. You have to try and go there. Are you even lined up? I know it said it was lined up, that means nothing to me though. Good. Lovely. Oh, that just about scrapes that. How annoying. That's alright. We can redesign something up there. What I could probably actually end up doing is bringing this up and having some sort of outpost tower on either side. How would that look? So you're one on the second. There. Oh wow, they are so far out of place. Well, no, sorry, they're not out of place. It just so happens that the terrain goes up a bit sharper there. Look at that for a view, though. Not bad. And then come all the way down over here. Brilliant. And this is where the tunnel is going to be. So in that case, honestly, I think we'll only actually have one entrance, which will be there. I'll then probably end up closing these off. Yep. No. There we go. Yeah, that one's fine. Nope. That's better. No, you actually... Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you were fine. Yeah, that's also good there as well. That should be out there by one more, but that's okay. The tunnel itself is going to start... I suppose here would make sense. But then is that a bit too far forward? A bit too close to this. Let's see. Because if I was to start it there, how would it look on this side? Yeah, I suppose I have to start in a very similar location. A 001, just in case I make more of it. Like, if I was to make a second blueprint here, it would be called 002. And normally the most important thing is what I start with first. So, for example, when I was working the conveyor belt highway, I know that 001 and 002 are the straight conveyor belt highway pieces, which are the most important ones. That was basically my thought process behind it. And I've been doing that now since they added that feature, so quite a while now. So I'm just used to it, so it's like a mental thing now. That'll be the very top. That sign's got to go. But do you see what I mean? Like, from the very top, this is probably like the middle, I would say. Maybe over here is the middle. But in actual reality, this is the middle. So now I've got to design it in a way where it doesn't look completely off. And it tries to remain centered here. Which I think would be a bit of a challenge, but I don't think it'd be that difficult. I do want to continue this tomorrow, actually. Building a dam in Satisfactory, who would have thought? Definitely do something along the sides here as well. Regarding... Don't throw me over, thank you. Regarding this, again, to turn you to what you should be, which I think is that. Same with you there as well. What I'll most likely end up doing, for here at least, I can change the background color of this. But do I want to? I mean, it's a path, so I suppose I should. And why does that mess everything up? I don't know why that's messed everything up there. It's quite annoying. See, that's okay. Now there's a gap. So what I might have to try and do here is grab this, move you further forwards. Are you going to be lined up properly? You actually are? Wow, that's actually, like, mental. Never happens. Okay, the Z snap seems to have stopped instantly there with that, so that's pretty good. Oh, nice, Maga. Yeah, I was doing something rather similar in the last playthrough. But we had a rail going from this area down here all the way around the outside of the map. I think it took 7 minutes in total to go from point A to point B back to point A again. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but I think it was enjoyable. I think it was enjoyable. Yeah, tunnel there, tunnel there. Then, do I want to build up this area? 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to go back by 8, not by 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That. I do apologise if the gameplay is rather dark. Again, there's nothing I can do about that. So that's where the staircase will then be. This will then come down by another 4. This will then be. You slightly off? How are you slightly off from everything else? Right, it's because you're not lined up with that now, are you? Oh, that means nothing I've built is lined up. Wow. It just so happened that the one foundation that was out of place was where I decided to build this entire thing. I could have chosen any other foundation and it would have been completely fine. As you can see here, so where are you in line with? You're in line with that. Yeah. Is this now correct? Indeed, you are now correct. Congratulations. Materials. That. And patterns. Get rid of everything. And then now when it comes to you. Do I build you along the back then? Like, which one do I actually go out to? I mean, one would assume it's here. But it has to be here then. Why is it off by that? Really weird. I don't think it actually matters, but it's just really weird. Make sure we build this out over here. Brilliant. You can then, actually, yeah, you can go, but first I'll just place it on over here. Then you can go. absolutely not a clue what I am building. You're now off. How is nothing here lined up? I've built it off of the same grid. I have no idea how nothing here managed to line up. Also, sunset. How does it look? Or sunrise even. Oh, look at that for a view. That's rather nice, actually. Get a good sunrise over the new factory. Then you're going to come out over to there. You to here. Okay, are you now aligned with everything? I can see that you're not. No, it's fine, I think. This is a good start. Like, I've got the vision, it's just the execution I'm unsure with. But the vision is somewhat here now, which is quite nice. I do definitely want to try and continue this tomorrow. We have got quite a lot to do, because this is obviously not a dam just yet. So let's see how it's going to end up going. Regardless though, thank you very much everyone for tuning in to today's live stream. This is the first stream in a while where we actually managed to finish in under 2.5 hours, which is quite nice. So I hope that you guys ended up enjoying it. Tomorrow we'll finish the dam, then we'll move over to the rocket fuel. The dam, I keep calling it a dam, it's not really a dam, it's just a wall, basically. Where our conveyor belt items will be coming from this side, over there, from that side of the wall, to this side where the camera is. So that should hopefully be rather interesting. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and the new membership as well. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I don't know what it is with the memberships today, but people are just really generous recently. So, so thank you. I mean, I am very appreciative of that. And also, the average view duration today was over 20 minutes. We haven't hit that before on our channel, so that's a new channel record. So thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. And for the 7 likes on the stream as well. Yeah, we've got a lot to do tomorrow. It should be a good laugh. And it'll be a pleasure to see everyone tuning in. Have an amazing rest of the day. Godspeed, and most importantly, drink water, because it's really bloody hot everywhere apparently. Oh well. Bye.